Sentai! Zyuranger!
Hi, and welcome to episode 7 of my ongoing series of Zyuranger episode reviews. This time with episode 7, I Can See, which, before we get into the episode, is the first episode that isn't a two-parter of the series. It's also the first Kid of the Week episode. So obviously, Zyuranger, quite well known for being a Kid of the Week series. So, yeah, we get the first Kid of the Week. We get a monster with an interesting power. But you don't need me telling you about it. Let's get into the commentary and the watch. The episode opens on a young boy holding a present. He's there to give it to his crush, Machiko, who is out shopping with her mum. When he tries, she sticks her tongue out and rejects him. As she goes to follow her mum, she sees a monster playing an accordion in front of a billboard. But when she points it out, her mum says there's nothing there. The monster jumps down and plays as it dances around Machiko, chanting that she will get lost, as she starts spinning round and running through many different backgrounds, coming to a stop as a bus pulls up in front of her with Tosapat and Buckback aboard. And as she takes her seat, Buckback asks for her fare as a green ball emerges from her heart. On the moon, Bandora reveals she is stealing the souls of the children. Back on Earth, Machiko's mum and the boy are looking for her as the bus drives past. Back at the temple, May is telling the other rangers about the missing children. The missing children have all been found, as pressing a crystal button, May activates a screen, showing the children sat in a hospital, with their parents worried about them as they stare into nothingness. They see the young boy from before trying to tell the doctors it was a monster. Later, the rangers have found the kid, and May is convinced the monster is a goblin, a creature that can only be seen by children. The boy offers to help the rangers, but Geki tells him it's too dangerous. The kid sees the goblin trying to take another kid, but the rangers see nothing as the kid tries to stop the goblin, but it plays its accordion and sends the kid away. Dan and Boyd try to fight the goblin, but fail as they can't see it. They then see Buckback trying to force the kid onto a bus. Dan saves him, and the two are somehow transported to a quarry. The boy panics about losing his bots, but Dan quickly finds it for him. In the walls of the quarry are windows and a sign saying Goblin Parlour. The goblin attacks Dan and he's helpless as he can't see the goblin, even though the boy can. The other rangers are transported to the quarry and the kid tells them the goblin is fighting Dan. They tell him to go to safety and join the fight as the kid tries to shout directions, but it's of no use. Buckback and Tosapat try to grab the kid, who escapes their clutches, but he drops his bots. The boy and the rangers escape to a nearby road, with the kid shouting he needs his bots back, but Goosh tells him the other children's souls are more important than his bots. May announces that if you switch a goblin's shoes around, then he will become visible. The kid, however, just jumps up and runs off yelling he will get his bots back even if they won't. At a watermill, Dan asks the kid what's in the bots, and he's told that it's the caterpillar of a Japanese emperor butterfly. It's important to the boy, because he got it from his dad, an alcoholic small-time crook who found the egg in the prison yard where he was doing time. In the goblin's parlour, Buckback and Tosapat are cooking for the goblin, using the children's souls, and Buckback eats the caterpillar from the boy's bots as a snack. After it's finished eating, the goblin, Buckback and Tosapat all fall asleep as the kid and the rangers sneak in. The kid sneaks up to the goblin, removing his shoes, and is about to swap them over, but a watching Bandora wakes the goblin. As the goblin gets up, they can see its footprints, and Geki states they have switched the shoes already and throws a candelabra where he can see them. This causes the goblin to sit down and quickly swap his boots, becoming visible to the rangers. Geki announces it's a trick, and they now can really see the goblin, before Tosapat calls the golems and they all fight outside in the quarry. With the rangers using their legendary weapons, the goblin plays his accordion, causing explosions around the rangers. They transform and attack the goblin, before joining their weapons together to form the Howling Cannon. Bandora uses her wand to make the goblin grow, as the rangers call their guardian beasts, quickly forming the colossal Dino Tanker. They attack the goblin, who returns fire with its rake, before they complete the transformation into Daijujin. They take the goblin's rake, but he manages to play his accordion, disorienting Daijujin and managing to land some hits. But Daijujin hits back before the rangers call for God Horn and defeating Dora Goblin with Lightning Thunderstrike. With the goblin's destruction, the children's souls are returned, and back on the ground, the kid is chasing Buckback, demanding his caterpillar back, but Buck admits he ate it already, before he starts to choke, and a butterfly comes out of his mouth. The kid chases after the butterfly, and Dan jumps out of Daijujin, catching it and returning it to the boy. The episode ends with the boy holding Michiko's hands as they watch the butterfly flying about some fountains. So, that was episode 7. Like I said earlier, it is the first of the kiddie-focused episodes. So, yeah, we've got an irritating little kid. I mean, he seems kind of obsessed with the girl. He's obviously pretend that to be a good thing, that he's able to help the Zyurangers and all the rest of it. Bit of a weird choice with the Japanese Emperor caterpillar. Although, I guess it worked out alright in the end for him. So, can't criticise. Maybe I should have tried that when I was younger. Also, it makes the kid a bit of a sad case, really. Like, quite depressing backstory. Oh yeah, my dad's a small-time crook and he's in prison. It's like, okay. And my mum's dead. Oh, you poor kids. So, your dad's in prison and your mum's dead. Who the hell are you living with that doesn't seem to care the fact that you're running off with a bunch of strangers? Oh, well, I guess, whoever's looking after him doesn't care that much, but at least he gets a girlfriend by the end of it, and he's encouraged by Dan. Dan's just there like, yeah, get in there, my son, give us something special. And he's like, the caterpillar is special. He's like, okay, caterpillar it is, if that's what you want to call it. No, I'm sorry, I shouldn't go there. But, yeah, I mean, it's sort of, the goblin, I think the goblin's good. Geki, again, shows that he doesn't just go by fighting. He's a smart guy. I mean, he managed to trick, who was it? Dora Spinks, when it came to the riddles. When Dora Spinks is like, oh yeah, I've got an infinite amount of riddles. I can go on forever. You'll never save these kids. And Geki's like, oh no, I mean, you'll never ask us the hardest riddle. Like, what's your weakness? And okay, Dora Spinks is an idiot for falling for that one. But then you've got the goblin in this one waking up, and the kid's been messing around with his shoes. And because he can see the footprints, Geki knows where to look. And he's like, ha, we've already swapped your boots. We can see you. And they just stand there while the goblin swaps his boots over. And then they can see him. It's like, ha, you fall for my trick. Now he can really see you. Why did the goblins be like, oh crap, take my shoes off again? Little things. But, it's funny. It's funny. And it shows that, he's not just, I'm just going to punch everyone in the face sort of leader. He is I can use my smarts to get through this leader. So it's good character development for him. Obviously, I can't show everything in the episodes. I mean, I'm already getting copyright claim from Toei for what I'm putting up anyway. So the format of the videos may change over time for that. I may have to use more still images and stuff, but maybe for later seasons. I mean, I'm going to be doing Zyuranger and Goseiga and Kakaranger and Abaranger and all the rest of them. So, it'll take years probably, but why not? I mean, there's not enough of these videos around. That's why I'm doing these. Any other thoughts on the episodes? Obviously, they're focusing on Western legends and that, they say, for the goblin. And it's interesting, adults cannot see this enemy. Adults cannot see the goblin. And also, did Bandora and Pleplecorn make this one? We don't actually see that it's made. Is it just one that they found? Because we'll get that in a later episode as well, with a genie. So yeah, you don't always see the monsters being made. But yeah, it's an interesting thing to think of. Anything else? Obviously, we're going to be getting more Kid of the Week things. Also, if anyone's wondering, I'm not going to be editing these. Are literally, I've watched the episodes, and these are my thoughts straight after. I'm not editing my thoughts or anything else. I'm just going to blather on. These are my honest thoughts. I haven't watched these episodes for a couple of years. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's what I've got to think about. And to be honest, I think most of you probably be more interested in literally what you've just watched, the episode part. I don't know how interested you'll be in my blathering on. But, yeah, I enjoy most of these episodes. It's why I'm a Sentai fan. It's why I've got all this stuff you see behind me. Obviously, this is green screen effects. They're actually right there. If I got rid of the green screen, all you'd see is the door to the room and part of my comic collection, actually. In fact, I actually have one right here, which you can't see because of the green screen, but, you know, Godzilla versus Power Rangers 2, with Godzilla wearing Dragon God. So, you know, I'll get all sorts for this stuff. But yeah, that was episode 7. I think episodes 8 and 9, I think, are another two-parter. But we'll get into that next time. Till then, take care.